Oh, hello, everybody. It is Monday, June 7th, 2021. It's the Power Hour. What's up? Hi, chat. Hello. Alright. We live? I think we're live. Looks like we're live. Hope everyone's doing really well. Good to be here. We are here to play Divinity Original Sin 2. We're doing solo honor mode, no reloads, no lone wolf. Trying to do that community challenge. Currently, we got a Necromancer Sebille, Fu18, what's up? We got a Necromancer Sebille rolling into Act 2. Yesterday, we finished up Act 1, completed the fight on the Lady Vengeance, and hit level 10. So when I hit the continue button, right now, we will roll on into Act 2. I'll do a quick overview of where our character is at, and then can get going. Tonight's stream should, if we don't die, include the gathering of 3 source points, so that we can cast all of our lovely abilities. Growing in power, we'll probably reach level 12 or 13, depending on how it goes, and we'll see from there. All right, loading in. Let's take a look. Sebille is level 10, as always. When we leave the boat, we expect to be this level. Currently working on maxing wits. This is, our normal thing. Hey, Shadow, what's going on? So, yeah, our normal thing is maxing out wits with the no lone wolf thing, the no lone wolf challenge. And then we have enough memory for spells, and then intelligence, and like all these other things are coming from gear exclusively. I actually haven't put any points into intelligence myself yet, and that's fine. We're working on maxing out warfare. We've got a lot of it coming from gear, thankfully. We have a point in scoundrel that we put in ourselves, a point in pyrokinetic that we put in ourselves, and 3 points in polymorph that we put in ourselves. Our necromancy is coming from gear, warfare, intelligence, other stats also coming from gear. Okay, cool. Let's get going, shall we? How good was the well loot? Good enough to give us this item. This item is probably going to hang with us for a good while. 1 scoundrel and 2 necromancer is a big help. But other than that, not tremendous. But one successful item is not bad. I'm okay with it. All right. Into the act we go. Oh, right. I should say currently we're spec'd for thievery, and we have elemental affinity, executioner, and pet pal. Pet pal we take at the start of Act 2 because there's a lot of pet pal related stuff that we can do, quests, etc. Give us good experience. As soon as we're done with all the pet pal related stuff, we will ditch pet pal in favor of a talent that would be more useful to us. Like, for example, Savage Sortilege, so that our spells can crit. Got kind of lost here. I don't know how I did that, but... Alrighty. First things first. Let's turn this shark into a not shark. Oh, we have spells. There we go. And then we'll eat the leg to get a couple thousand experience. There we go. need to... All right, we're back. You know, I'm curious if this happens the same time every night. Because that might help me in my debugging efforts. Anyway, we're back. Sorry about that. No lone wolf. No lone wolf. So we're playing solo, but we're not using the talent that would help us make up for that lack. All right, bye. Why'd I get frozen? Oh, it's odd. There is a corpse here. These guys are in trouble. Oh, I would say they're in a tremendous amount of trouble, actually. Alright, your boy's gonna just jump out of the way here, and then we're gonna teleport that corpse in, explode it. Should be a hefty amount of damage incoming. Yeah, right. Yeah, because it's a Necromancer, you know? We do all the damage, like all of it. Is there a way for me to get a little bit closer to hit this guy with spells? Or should I just let him come to me? I'll just let him come to me. Can Nether swap objects? No, it needs to be a person or corpse, Kingworm. We will want to be picking up Nether swap ASAP, but currently we do not have the 2 points in Aerithurge required for it, so... Oh, that's blood right there. Sup, son? Immune to decaying as well? Jeez. What a boss. What a boss. And he's not immune to getting a sword placed through him. So, we'll take it. Shouts to Dead Civilian for lending their body to the cause. And we'll grab a few body parts here. These are not for us to try eating. These are for a certain spider who will happily accept some of these body parts a little bit later. Wow. Kinds of interesting stuff. No, no. Hello, young lady. Hey, Twigglebit. Yeah. Start of Act 2. Yeah, we oftentimes will use corpses for our nether swapping. Usually we use ourselves, but corpses work too. Hey, you're not immune to decaying, are you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Goodbye. Moving forward. Teleport scroll. Cool.
Enough.
It is not, in fact, always one use, but yeah, I do have most of them memorized. Oftentimes it can just be mashing one, but there are certain instances where mashing one will get you killed, so we do have to be a little bit careful. Just a little bit. There's that body. Oh, yeah. Out of here. Alright, let's grab Peeper very quickly, return Peeper to his mom, so that so that Peeper can kill his mom. Look, experience is experience. Either way, you have to do it sometimes. What's going on, Havoc?
She cocks up.
Alright, bye. See you in a while. When we've got some more stuff going. Alright, this is where our character died last time, and this time I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to knock down somebody with a massive amount of dodging. So... just ditch the water barrel. Oh, whatever. Get that out of here. Like to create a blood surface up here for me to stand on. This is for a little bit later. That'll work. I'd also like to get rid of this water barrel if I can. Alright, that sort of works. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get to work here. So we're going to free the Meister and then move on. But I'm going to be targeting this Silent Watcher if I can.
The lizard.
Welcome.
One
Chase. Or indeed you could stand there.
the mice.
Melody is unfortunately. Be quick about it before the Magister real. Excellent.
Alrighty. Let's go. Oh, that is an error on my part. Already? Oh well. What are you gonna do? My hope here is that these guys will kind of gather around this corpse right here, allowing me to blow it up, kind of the object. However, I am going to utilize some invisibility. Oh, it looks like they're not going to heal him. Oh, they are going to heal him. Okay. Seems like that is acceptable. Guess I should have positioned myself up here beforehand, but this is okay. I think we're all right here. I do have skin graft for more invisibility, should I desire it. I'll spend 1 AP coming up here. There we go. This guy's almost dead, which is good. There he goes. Get some AP back, because I have another corpse explosion that I'd like to line up. I guess the bloated corpse is going to die here, but that's fine. Fine by me. There we go. So the dog is down. These guys are also very injured. Good. So with 1 AP, I will eliminate this one. And then go to this. Alrighty, here we go. So I'd like to eliminate her if I can. Should not be too difficult, given that I can make my way down there. And there's a massive blood surface here. Alright, Bloat, you know what to do. Yeah, Bloat is getting phased out here pretty quickly, I think. But it's fine. He has served his purpose quite well. Alright, 100% chance to hit this, but I don't need to worry about that. What I need to do is just make my way over to this blood surface and casually hit with a decay and a couple of heals, and that should end this victory. All right, we got revenge for our last Necromancer, but you know, this time just using spells was a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, last time I got a little bit silly trying to do stuns and stuff, and I think just using spells is the better option, like 95% of the time. Good to see you, Art of Shred. Well, and the thing is, the last time we had eliminated the Executioner, so I just kind of assumed that, you know, the evasion was gone, but the Silent Watchers have extra evasion that you don't really count on. However, we handled that by simply killing the Silent Watcher with our spells, and all that was left was that Magister. Now, the Magister we had a 100% chance to hit, because the Magister doesn't have extra evasion. So I could have done knockdowns on her, but I opted to just kill her instead. So, you know, that seemed to work. Don't like those traps.
Who goes? Oh, what's good?
While I could float over all of these, I'd rather just destroy the traps first and then... There we go. Uh-huh. Let's also make friends with some vendors.
Seems like happy to.
Hey, man.
That stuff's not bad, friend.
Oh,
It's a
good.
little better now if I say
Selling
so
some
myself.
stuff.
Good luck to you.
Alright, we need to give him a lot of money to make friends with him, but alright, that was good enough. Great. I will take Chanterelle as well. Thank you very much. That should be enough, and I can sell him stuff while we're here. Arrows that we don't need. Random pieces of equipment that don't do anything for us. Well, we can start hanging on to... We can hang on to some of these. Just for when we need to, do the Trial for All Seasons quest. We may want to have some of that stuff in our inventory. Okay. Stardust, get rid of as well. Alright.
A senior paladin. Who are you? He breaks into. Done. He offers you an eye. A whistle. When you're ready. He looks. Don't get caught.
Yeah, don't get caught. Okay. Let's see what he's got for sale. Wits, Huntsman, Scoundrel, Summoning. Not exactly. So yeah, the purple equipment is always interesting to take a look at. Though it doesn't appear that any of this is an upgrade, but we will be checking with these guys basically every level. Every level we're going to be returning to vendors to look and see what they've got. And there's always a chance that we can find something really good from somebody. So knowing where all of our vendors are is going to be a big use to us. All right, there we go. I got my waypoint. Let me just check that I have it. Paladin Bridgehead, yes, indeed. All right, next up, we're gonna go and find Sir Gareth, who is out being useful in the world. And we're gonna tell him to get the heck back to the boat because he's not actually useful. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. We're just gonna remind him of the fact that all he did during the Lady Vengeance fight was throw grenades at people that couldn't be killed, instead of actually helping us. So the fact that he thought that he could participate in any adventures out here on the mainland is a little bit of an overestimation on his part. So we're gonna tell him to get the F back to the boat.
Jonathan. Indeed. I felt. I came now. Gareth raises his blade. Gareth's blood. What? Gareth's. I need to. Yes.
All right, bye. And Jonathan's dead. Oh dear. We'll identify some of that stuff a little bit later. All right. So that's the stuff that we needed to do initially, because you do actually have a bit of a timer for that. Otherwise, Gareth will kill Jonathan and then move toward his parents' house, and we actually don't want him to do that. So next order of business is we're going to hit level 11 very quickly here. And the way that we're going to do it is we're basically just going to float over. Yeah, he spares Jonathan, and then Jonathan kills his parents. Then Jonathan goes to the Black Pits. All correct, except Jonathan's now dead, so... Eesh. Sorry, yeah, I think I just mixed up what actually happens. But yes, you're correct. You miss out on the experience. No, I misspoke for sure. I definitely said the wrong thing. All right, so we're gonna gain a whole crap load of experience just for getting to the island. Yeah, you're loyal. Good for you. Alrighty. Moving forward, I can remove this. Put this back in. Grab the waypoint here. Oh, it's unlikely, Kuya. We don't usually do too much that can be considered buggy. I do need a source point, though. Why the heck don't I have a source point right now? Oh, I didn't grab one after I skin grafted. Derp. That's fine. I know where to get one. We have a purging wand. The source point's needed so that I can get my hands on a very helpful teleport pyramid. Also, we're just picking up random stuff that we can sell. But yeah, I'm gonna level up just by going down here to the archives. And there'll be the book that we can read that'll hit level. We'll hit level 11 while we're down here. If this doesn't do it, which it did. Perfect. Take a point in warfare. Again, no surprises. Am I gonna get the secret chest? Nah, we've tried doing that before, and I just could not be bothered with it. I couldn't figure out the angle. Like, people were telling me about it, and I was like, I can't figure out the angle. Don't know how to get my hands on the stupid thing. And then they told me that there's not actually anything useful inside of it, or like guaranteed useful, so your boy cannot be bothered at this point. So we're remembering last time that we almost ran out of sheets of paper, which is why I'm picking up all of this stuff right now. Because last time I didn't finish raiding the archives, because I was just like, I don't need to raid the archives, and then we almost ran out of sheets of paper in Act 3. So I'll do it this time. There's an ornate hymnal here, which is... reading it is going to give us a extra amount of experience and set us up for being able to do the demon-related quests on the island. Sorry, the like extra demon quests. Obviously, there's the main demon quest with the Jehan and the Advocate. And then there's like the side quests. Alrighty. Found the blade of anathema. We'll hang on to that. And then we need 4 thievery on a source point in order to open this thing up. And gains us a green pyramid. Yay, green pyramid. So the hidden chest that people are talking about is this one. You can see it highlighted, but accessing the damn thing is the big question of like, I don't actually know how you're supposed to pull it out. There's obviously a place where you can get line of sight on it. I just don't know what it is. So, if I can give you a little bit of time, Kuya, if you want to tell me where I'm supposed to stand, if you know where I'm supposed to stand, but otherwise, I don't. Yeah, I'm not spending too much time on it. I am here for a chance to learn, just in case anyone actually has the answer for how you're supposed to get the stupid thing. But it doesn't seem like anyone actually, like, everyone always asks if I'm going to get the chest, but doesn't seem to have a way to tell me to, like, how to do it. I haven't seen a clip of it. I've never, like, no one's been able to tell me where to stand in order to get this to work. So, you know, forget it. Doesn't matter that much to me. I'm out. Yeah, if it's a magic pixel sort of situation, then, I mean, again. What are you gonna do? I'm not doing the demon-related quests yet, so I can just hang on to these silver bars and just keep them in inventory. We can also dig up with high wits. A treasure trove here that usually has, yep, the Forced Exchange skill book. Not that that matters too much. We're not going to be using Forced Exchange in this run, I don't think. But it's fine. We continue. Found a lot of good stuff there. We even found Onslaught, which I can learn, I guess. I don't know. We're never going to use Onslaught either, but now we know it. Otherwise, I could save it and sell it, which I think would have made more sense, but it's fine. Money's not going to be too much of an issue for us, or it shouldn't, anyway. Continuing our brief tour of the island right now. What are the mushrooms good for? I pick up all the ones that can help us make resistance potions. So this one and this one are for resistance potions. This is for a resistance potion. This one we picked up because it's part of the recipe. This one and this one are part of the recipe for the witch's brood potion. And then this one's for healing potions. Again, healing potions I don't think they matter all that much, but it's fine. I pick them up anyway. I used to be a lot worse about like picking up and saving everything, and now, you know, I got better about it a little bit. How much scoundrel do I have now? 2. 3 actually. I didn't realize I have 2 from gear. I thought I just had this one, but something's giving me extra scoundrel. Ah, there you are. Oh, thanks, Kingworm. Yeah, I'll have to look at that a little bit later. But thanks for doing that. Wow, that cat really is quite resistant fella, isn't he? So people usually decolon me in this spot, and then I remind them that if they knew that the cat was worth 5,200 experience, they would kill it too. So it is what it is. Alright, so we're gonna grab our second source point here by talking to the advocate.
You're here to work. Are you also here to trade? I have much to show.
Do I need this? I don't think so. I don't think MRAC actually is gonna be good for this build. So I'll just grab some stuff and then we'll be on our way. Take our leave, talk to the advocate, get our second source point.
Eyes are dark as polished coal, void of all.
You have a reputation for both malfeasance.
I mean, probably
and
not
chaos.
Kingworm, but if I can learn how to do it, it would be fun, right? Because people always ask, you know, are you gonna get the chest? Are you gonna get the chest? And maybe I can just be like, yeah, I know how to do it, or I can drive myself crazy trying to get it again. I don't know. Either way is good.
Well, I am here, and as the excellent one, but
The lizards, you feel the cold pain.
All right, we got our second source point.
The far off.
somewhat now.
We'll take our leave. We'll come back with persuasion a little bit later and continue our conversation with him. I did pick up a bone for a reason. I was gonna make some more pixie dust, I think. Yeah, I was. All right. So we're done with the island for the moment. We'll come back again a little bit later when we have more damage, etc. For the moment, we can return to... Well, actually, let's go check with our vendors. Since we leveled up, we can actually already go and start checking with the paladin, see if he's got anything new for sale. Perhaps an upgrade.
He looks up from his map.
Or perhaps he's got absolute garbage. I mean, who knows, right? Strength Huntsman, Hydrosophist, Necromancer, kind of interesting. Yeah, Art of Shred, yeah, we're gonna do that as well, now that we know how that works. So the interesting thing with the Hydrosophist Necromancer thing, like this, is eventually we are going to need 3 in Necromancer so that we can do Grasp of the Starved, and we're also gonna need 3 in Hydrosophist so that we can do Bloodstorm. So finding gear that does give both is kind of good. Also, the 2 in Huntsman would allow me to do some interesting stuff with like Tactical Retreat, for example. So I am kind of interested in buying this thing. I'm actually going to get it. A little bit expensive, but especially making friends with Paladin Tom here, but that's fine. I'm okay with it. What's going on, Wheeler and Veery and Rick? Hi guys. The thing that we would lose here is a point in wits and a point in warfare, but again, I'm sort of okay giving those up. Yeah, high ground damage is fine, 12-year-old, but it's okay. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, let's identify this thing. What is this? Finesse, summoning, telekinesis. Oof. Yikes, that's a lot of stats that we don't care about. This gives Warfare and Geomancer. Again, I can give these up pretty happily. Get rid of that, get rid of this, and that can go. Laser Ray can go as well. The other thing that we do need is another point in Pyrokinetic from some source. I don't have it yet, but we will want Pyrokinetic from somewhere. Look at that. 2 Finesse, 1 Warfare, Cleave damage, and a Rune slot. People always complain about spears. Sorry, I know that I make that joke every single time we see a good spear, which is like very rare, but I will continue to make that joke because I think it's funny.
No sooner do I fix. Happy to. Some of that stuff's not bad, friend.
All right, this guy's got a chanterelle, so I'll happily take that off of his hands, and then that would be a cool mechanic. Yeah, there's not many. There's only one spell in the game that actually depends on distance, and it's ballistic shot, which is one of the coolest things in the game. I think ballistic shot is extremely cool. But that's the only thing that I can think of that actually does anything dependent on distance. Alright, back to the Vengeance. Of course, we don't have any vendors here, but I can at least grab a pixie dust from our boy here.
Sebille, good to see you again.
Top things to do before you leave Act 2. Oh gosh. I don't know. Rob everybody. Get level 7. Get level 16 at least. Get really good gear. Upgrade your runes. Start finding divine equipment. Like level 16, I think is the biggest thing. Like we hit level 17 because I'm greedy, but like hitting level 16 before you leave the act, I think is a really big deal. It really helps set you up for the rest of the game.
Of course. Told you I would, didn't I?
Ha! That's awesome.
Sure thing.
I mean, I don't know about, yeah, like missing anything. Of course, we don't miss anything. That's the problem. So it's hard for me to say, but you know. All right, let's go do our pet pal related stuff. We also have the scholar tag, so we can get extra experience for completing this. Although, do I have a fireball scroll? I need a fireball scroll or a fire grenade or something, and I don't have one at the moment. I wonder I feel like the paladin guy might have been selling a fireball scroll.
He looks up from his map.
Nope, he wasn't.
I note.
Any of you losers selling anything?
Strips equipment from the...
Oh, pity you just arrived.
Of course you can't. Paladin Cork, you have a fireball scroll?
My Lucian sword elf, we meet again.
Nope.
Be careful on the road, stranger. You're safe enough in here, but past the bridge you're...
No sooner do I fix gear.
Hey, what's going on, Sore Knight?
Break it again.
All right, nobody has what I want.
Fixing stuff than be lying.
But then again, I haven't unlocked any significant amount of vendors, so
You
it's
still hanging around? And here's me thinking you were looking.
Dazzle grenade. Ignition does not work. It needs to be a fireball or a firestorm grenade or something like that. Or searing daggers, for example. But ignition is only for enemies, and the Phoenix is not actually an enemy.
What about taking up the loot?
Cluster grenade. Cluster grenade might work.
Freshly strung.
Oh my god, that's so expensive to buy, though. Holy shit. I'm not gonna spend 2,400 gold. Let's go into this. Let's go into town. I don't usually go into town this early, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Actually, I need to take a short break and go to the bathroom, because, yeah, I just need to go to the bathroom. Okay, great. I will be back in just a few short minutes. Talk to you guys in a little bit.
Power is power.
All right, thanks for bearing with me there. I am back. Meep, thanks so much for the follow. All right, let's go into town. Sore Knight doing the thing. Sore Knight doing the thing. You guys see what Sword Knight did? You see it? Because I see it.
Don't touch me. I'm super important.
Yeah. Don't touch him. Anyone that was thinking about touching Sword Knight before this. Don't do it, because he's super important. Show me the rock. Show me the rock, Sword Knight. Let's see it. Just to make sure I did that correctly.
Get yourself in port. His house folk.
The dog lies there. Under the dog.
You?
Penny for a grief.
Ow! I should charge you a penny for a...
Alrighty.
War's a brewing. Special war is hell.
There's a fireball scroll.
Very good for
Love to see it. Alright. Let's give this guy like 600 gold, I think. There we go. There it is. Nice rock. Thank you and congratulations. You're the 47th VIP on this channel. 47? Yeah. 47th. Which means we're running out of VIP slots very fast. So, when we run out, that's going to be unfortunate for everybody. Here's some boots that give wits and initiative. We'll take it. Why not? I don't see any armor upgrades, and this is not an upgrade either. Good enough for me. I guess since we're here, we can see if Bree is keeping it together.
I'd stock up if I were you. It's madness out there. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, we can make friends with her. Because I know that eventually we're going to want to buy and sell stuff from her. By the way, here, you can have these stupid,
Until later then.
boots. There we go. Again, boots are not the most important things for us, but, you know, keeping our armor current is not a terrible idea.
My word, but a pretty thing like you shouldn't look so exhausted.
Stop hitting on me, weirdo.
Use a touch of magic.
+2 intelligence, +1 air thirds, +1 summoning. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't think it's gonna be any assistance to us. The only difference is that the +2 intelligence, +1 air thirds would allow me to start doing nether swaps. But replacing warfare in the offhand is a bit of a tough ask. I don't know, I might buy it. I'm interested enough that I might grab it. And then if we have that, then I can also buy another swap.
Yep.
Which checks for treasure? I don't know. Usually like 25 wits is gonna get you more than where you need to be in terms of like finding stuff to dig up. Yeah. Most of the wits checks are for initiative. that I can think of that are like big initiative checks. This one, for example, I think you need 25 wits.
Have you seen a small burlap?
She looks up.
You'd.
Tears.
I know. The pout. I'm a servant.
She tilts.
I'd never do such a thing. Honest word.
She reaches as she.
Lucian's legs. Hey now. Don't you really want to know? The Magus all done, so I need money. For a.
She freed.
You met her. Funny laugh. You take.
Alright, thanks for the fancy gloves. Farewell. The fancy gloves give wits and thievery and, yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, keep moving.
Hold it. Papa.
Quicker than quick.
I'm not here for sure.
He grabs your.
You're the right sort for downstairs and no mistake. On you go, on in.
Thanks, man. I guess we can do this while we're here. I can't remember the exact math, but I think that I want to say it's like your stat versus. I think high persuasion is going to allow you to pass more checks in general, Rick, but the way that the persuasion math works is basically you need to have like a certain number of if you don't meet the persuasion, you need to have a certain amount of that stat higher than your opponent or whoever you're trying to persuade. So you basically like have, for example, say you were missing, you have somebody that's requires 4 persuasion, but you have 3 persuasion. But you're trying to do the intelligence persuasion, and your intelligence is like, I want to say 2 higher than the person that you're trying to persuade. I don't remember the exact number. You can definitely look this one up. If your intelligence is a certain amount higher than the person that you're trying to persuade, that will make up for the lack of persuasion that you had. Hopefully that answer makes sense. Again, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know that that's how it works.
What's your poison then?
Hail. Are you worthy of my gift? Indeed. Are you ready for me to grant? I can't gauge.
She flat on the horizon looms a dark silhouette.
Okay, so we need to make a decision here on what we're going to get. Because we already stole a glowing idol, so I don't need to worry about getting a second idol of rebirth. So my options here are strength for option 1, intelligence for option 2, money for option 3, that one's always out, wits for option 4, and a second idol for option 5. So my real choices are just, do I get more intelligence or do I get more wits? And I think I'm actually going to opt for intelligence in this instance, since we're already maxing wits ourselves. Having a little bit more damage versus having a little bit more... no, we'll do the wits one, honestly. I'll just do the wits one, it's fine. I was thinking about getting a little bit more intelligence, and maybe it makes sense to do, considering I'm not going to be taking any points in intelligence myself until we finish maxing wits. I think I should do it. Is there any way for you to get into the dwarves' den without killing the dwarf? Guarding the stairs? Yeah, did you talk to Lohar? You're supposed to talk to Lohar. So, Lohar is hanging out down here in the Under Tavern. You should just be able to talk to Lohar, get the quest, and then go and tell her. I can't remember exactly, but I feel like you should be able to just do that. I could be wrong. Ugh, I hate this decision. Okay.
I will most.
Alright, intelligence it is. We chose it. Oh, okay. Good, I helped. Warfare Huntsman on this thing, hang on. Oh, no, but now I have Warfare Aether, okay. Alright, that's fine. Let me go ahead and put Chicken Claw in here. She's trying to figure out why she's been robbed now. That's funny.
Dorothy is. You draw, yet her lips do not press.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Her fang.
The knowledge we part ways now. I have.
Alright, so we received the new talent Spider's Kiss, which you can see here is giving us minus Constitution. Ha ha ha, minus Constitution. And then +2 to intelligence. Yay. Alrighty. Let's get to work. Damn, our spells do a lot now. Oh, snap, son. You love to see it. Oh, hi, Dorothea. Looks like you're back. Alright, well, we can injure her a little bit and then... go invis, no problem. Decay. Bleed. Infect. All the spells. Just everything. Hit her with everything. And I put Chicken Claw in here knowing that I was going to be harming her in this way. Down she goes. And fantastic. So we have our Idol of Rebirth. So we're ready to go from that perspective. There's also a vendor down here I'm going to check with really quickly, see if he's got anything that might help.
Let's see if you got some fight in you.
Or it'll all be trash. Either way is fine by me, I guess. Oh, nope. 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 Alright. Trash it is. No big deal. I can't tell what spell used to be in this spot. I put Chicken Claw in as a replacement for something else, but I cannot tell which spell we had in there before. I don't remember. I think we can get rid of Bloat now. I think Bloated Corpse is not going to be doing any more damage than anything else that we can do. So I can get rid of Bloated Corpse and replace it with something else. I don't know what. I was going to put Chicken Claw back in. Alright, so I got that fireball Yeah, Cloak and Dagger's good, but right now I'm doing okay without it. It was Blitz Attack? Oh, yeah, yeah, I don't think Blitz Attack is going to be doing us anything, really, for a while anyway.
The tigers fly.
So I'm fine with it. Hey, man. Give me the animal scales. Whoa. Chill there. Chill, buddy. Lizard Patron? Does this one sell stuff? Oh, yes.
Right in the kisser.
Gimme.
Doesn't even.
Okay. Let's go back to doing quests and stuff. Quests and stuff. So now that we have the fireball, we can do the thing for this guy. I still don't have a second point in pyrokinetic, though I could wear this ring to get it, I suppose. Hello.
It pains the birds.
So having the scholar tag just gives you extra experience for identifying the phoenix properly, and then hit it with the fireball, and then talk to it again. And you get more experience, and then we already know Phoenix Dive, so I'm gonna just keep the egg.
The egg is smooth and glossy.
I'd be a fool to not
Alrighty. Alright, let's get ready to help the other thing that I could do is add Bloodsucker in. Bloodsucker would be an interesting add. Maybe at level 12. To combine further with our decay combo. Though honestly, very soon we're going to be foregoing most of these spells in favor of Raining Blood, Grasp of the Starved. So, I don't know how much longer we're gonna need to rely on the decay combo either. Should be interesting. Alrighty. We're gonna attack this this frog, who is one of the hardest frogs in the universe to.
Oh, Mike, you turn milk the match.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get him to be mad. So we're just gonna throw spells at him. There we go. Oh, we did it. Yay. Alright, Gribbit. Get out of here. Moving on. So without the key, you need 4 in Thievery to pick this lock open. Thankfully, that is the amount of Thievery that we already have.
Yeah.
Ouch. Alright, we need to be very careful here and make sure that we don't get ourselves murdered. So I'm going to very patiently piss off these rats. If I can select them, that would be cool. To hit him with spells. There we go. I'm trying so hard. This is worse than Minesweeper. There we go. Eventually, we'll anger the correct frog or not frog, the correct rat, and it will result in, yes, there we go. It will result in all the rats scattering if you kill the correct one. So they're all gone. Now I can walk across this room safely. There's a lever for this over here, but whatever, we're a thief. Lockpick it. Oh, goodbye, zipped. Unfortunately, we can't learn the recipe for the Witch's Brood Potion, but fortunately, I have it memorized, so it is just fine. Obviously, we'll grab her copy, and then we'll make our own. Intelligence potion, cool. Alrighty. Let's go help the frogs, or sorry, go help the cows. No frogs. There are no frogs here. I don't know what I'm even talking about with frogs. It's just rats. Rats here and cows outside. And I said frogs like 3 times. I guess we did kill a frog. So we help the cows one at a time because you get more experience that way. So.
Look, we're cows who were once people who were enslaved.
Geraldine.
I'm happy.
There we go. And then we'll make our own. Combine this Witch's Eye with an Augmenter with a Bolitus. And we made a Witch's Brood potion, and then we can say, hey, we found another potion. There you go.
Glad to see you. You still have my gratitude. Thanks for keeping quiet about, you know.
All right, you're welcome.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you. Bye.
Yoink. Thanks for the cash. All right, let's keep moving. We can head over into Cloisterwood now. And here is where someone was asking a little bit earlier about like times when selecting one all the time for dialogues. Here is an instance where we have to be very careful not to do that, because if we select one all the way through the conversation with Jehan, after already having talked to the Advocate and made a deal with him, we will tell Jehan, hey, we made a deal with the Advocate, and then what Jehan will do is murder the ever-living fuck out of us. So I don't want that to happen, so we'll be a little bit careful with this dialogue. I'm going to take it a little bit slower until we get to the point where you have to make that decision.
He sighs. The roads are rather dusty today. He paused to cheers. The echo of your glasses clink to your very good. I am Jehan. Of course you quid the pro quo. I'm afraid will come as no surprise. He points toward. I know it's there. Of course. Consider it a test.
So we make a deal with him here.
Demon, and let me shake your hand. The demon's dies. Like all of his ilk, he is caught. There is no such thing. As my advice is to strike before above all else.
So right here, if I were to keep mashing 1 in the dialogue with him, and we've done this before, you give him this dialogue option. And once you give him this dialogue option, there's no turning back. He will kill you. So don't tell him that you've made a deal with the Advocate. Instead, what I'm going to do is check and see if he's got anything that I want to buy. Thievery Initiative crit chance. I can start looking, now that I'm holding on to 2 Aerithurge, I can think about getting a different pair of gloves, though at the moment I'd rather not. Oh, now that's very interesting right here. Wits Warfare Pyrokinetic. This is a way that we can get our second point in Pyrokinetic while also increasing Wits and Warfare. So I do want to buy this off of him. Unfortunately, we are running quite low on money now, and he is very expensive to make friends with. But I do want to buy this. So this would the second point in Pyrokinetic would allow us to start doing Mass Corpse Explosion, which I do need for getting our third source point. Plus the 1 Wits, 1 Warfare. I'm very interested in getting it, so let's go ahead and do it. Again, he's very expensive to make friends with because he's such a high level guy. But I feel like we're going to be shopping from him more often later. Plus, I can sell him some of the stuff we have now. Alright, well, that was as good as we can do there. I'm not going to give him more money. Okay. So we get a discount here, and then, like we said, I'm going to sell him some of the stuff that we picked up that I'm not going to be using. So take this, and these. The Viper's Tongue, I don't think I'm ever going to get Viper's Tongue back. Or need Viper's Tongue again, I'm not sure. Totally fine, Corknut. My brother and I took forever to get off the Joy. Actually, forever. So I would not worry about it too much. Alright, that's okay, that's fine. And again, I need to be very careful now with spending money. Alright, we're on our way. I do have a very easy way to make money in just a couple seconds here. Well, a little bit of money. Not too much, but some. And for this next trick, I am going to need Cloak and Dagger. So what we're going to do is we're going to teleport behind Henag, and then we're going to steal the source books that she's got, or at least some of them. So we're going to take a bunch of source books off of her hands. Matter of fact, I can put on a piece of thievery equipment to increase the amount of... Oh, never mind, I can't. Do I not have anything that grants extra finesse? Alright, well, it's fine. Let's not worry about that too much. Most important thing is that we get behind her and steal Grasp of the Starved, which is the skill book that I'm most interested in from her. That's pretty crazy, Deuce. Yeah, I can see the math working in that way. Alrighty. So, obviously we want Grasp of the Starved. Is there anything else that I need from her? Not necessarily, so I can just take whatever else I want. There we go.
You don't look like I've heard that.
We'll tell her we mean no harm, and off she goes. So this is the fastest way that you can get Grasp of the Starved. The other fast way that you could do it is get into Riker's basement and steal the copy that he's got down there. Either way will get you where you want to be. There we go. I need a third point in Hydrosophist in order to learn Bloodstorm, but that's okay. Alright, what happened here? I lost a spell. What did this one have that I didn't? Huntsman. Oh, it was this one. Okay, well, whatever. All right, let's keep moving. We are going to lose a memory slot, actually, so I can ditch one of these spells. Maybe Chicken Claw goes back out again. Because we are about to lose one memory slot in favor of picking up our favorite belt. And one that's going to probably stick with us all the way through the rest of the game. Hey, what's going on, Tom? Yeah, we're really scraping by right now in terms of like all of our gear, etc. Okay. Be back in a few minutes. Just grabbing some waypoints. Hey, Gambit. So this would give me extra lore master, but it's not gonna do too much.
Power is power.
Retro Gamer, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I'm gonna pull this chest out as well. Nice. Okay. Good enough for me.
A haughty...
What side?
Her voice is clipped and detached. She cocks her...
Quick now, quickly. So long as I have books. Though I need...
She slaps...
I add flesh and here. That would be survive.
Suddenly.
Enough about that. I'm splendid.
Okay. What's she got? Oh, shoot. She's got a +3 wits pants. Oh, no. I really want to buy that, too. And she also has animal scales. Okay, hang on. So I do have enough money to be able to buy Anne-May Falin. And we will get a significant discount from her as soon as I sell one thing from her, or one thing to her, which is the Corpse Explosion book that we've been carrying with us. So here we go.
My thanks for your help.
So now her attitude got raised with us to 100. So I want to buy this, and I want to buy this, and I want to buy this. And in exchange, we can sell... Yeah, we can sell that. It's fine. And we can sell this, and this, and this. Again, we're barely scraping by in terms of money, but these pants I definitely wanted to have.
My thanks. Perhaps we will meet. I'm. Do you have the
All right, let's go. Good. Good. All right, off she goes. We get the experience extra, so that's nice. And then we'll get the rest of her quest rewarded a little bit later when we get to visit Stone Garden. In the meantime, let's take a look at what we just picked up because it's important, right? The +3 wits pants, obviously, you know, as soon as you see something like that, you know you want it. So we'll go ahead and put those on. Unlikely we'll have to upgrade that slot for a while. And then more importantly is this item, and it's got a couple of stats that you just cannot get your hands on in a belt. +1 wits, +1 warfare. The +1 polymorph is cool as well. It'll help you if you want. It can help you get to a level of polymorph to cast like apotheosis, for example. But the 1 wits and 1 warfare is just huge. And we can put an internal artifact to make it 2 warfare a little bit later. So we'll go ahead and put that in. And like I said, I anticipated us losing the memory slot because I am no longer equipping Withermore's Girdle, but that's fine. Okay. We can keep going. We're 67% of the way to level 12. I think we can continue to do some of this pet pal stuff. And we're keeping our warfare above 10, which is good. But you can see here, we're starting to lose, you know, we lost a lot of spells. So our bar is hanging a little bit thin here, but we're going. We're doing okay. I'm gonna go back to Driftwood Square. We're gonna sell some stuff.
Buying or selling?
Also identify some stuff because I did pick up an item that I'm interested in seeing what it is. This helmet. It gives Finesse Warfare, 1 Hydro, 2 Necro. Interesting. But unfortunately, I can't wear it. Well, I can. But I think I'd rather keep my current helmet on. Well, would I though? Actually, let's do some thinking here. Because wearing this helmet, which we can do as long as we have the Blood Rose, because I can. But you have the Blood Rose, so that's giving us 1 finesse, and then the helmet itself gives an extra point in finesse. So as long as we don't lose the Blood Rose, we won't lose this helmet. I actually like this better. Now I think about it. The only difference is the loss of 2 huntsmen would mean we ditch the healing spell, which I think I can see myself being okay with that. So I know we've swapped around our helmet a couple of times already, but it's fine. And we still do need another point in Hydrosophist from something. We have a little while. But this would give us more damage, for sure. And yeah, you'd still need another point in Hydrosophis from some source in order to start casting Bloodstorm. But I don't need to worry about Bloodstorm until level 16 anyway, so why would I even worry about that? Because with 3 source points, our combo is just going to be Grasp, Skin Graft, Grasp. So, okay. Let's keep the hat. We'll keep the hat. I'm fine with it. All right. Goodbye, Huntsman. It's been real. There we go. And now our warfare is back to 12. Yay. And of course, I held on to this so that we would have mass corpse explosion. All right. The other interesting piece here is that... How much necromancy do I have right now? 4. Okay. So this ring could, in theory, get replaced if we found another source of necromancer from somewhere else. Again, we're really, like... We're treading very thin ice with our gear. But it's working so far. I'm okay with it. All right, let's continue on and see what else we can do here. I think we can take Bloodsucker as a replacement for the loss of a healing spell. Maybe with Decaying Touch, this can replace it. Restores up to 241 vitality depending on, yeah. So if we do a Raining Blood after a Decaying Touch, then hit him with a Raining Blood, and then hit him with a Bloodsucker. That's a combination that can do a tremendous amount of damage. Alrighty. And again, Grasp, you know, we can't cast that thing yet. Well, we can, but should we, you know? Okay. Let's go Driftwood Dunes. Let's keep doing some of this Pet Pal related stuff. It should be able to get us to level 12 as we make our way toward Riker's basement.
His
Okay.
And who are you? Father, I got all the...
Alrighty. Alright. We're gonna leave out the back door to get extra... experience by, quote, befriending this guy. And by, when I say befriending, I mean kicking his ass. Alright, let's do that combo that I was talking about. So... obviously, I've done things a little bit out of order here. Just a little bit annoying. Because now I'm going to waste an AP doing Flesh Sacrifice. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, Swarm. Infect. Decay. Now here's what I was talking about, where I'm gonna hit with a Raining Blood right on top of him, like this, which is going to cause a tremendous amount of blood to surround our friend here, and then I'm gonna hit him with a Bloodsucker because they're decaying, and this Bloodsucker is going to kill outright. Boom. So that's you know, that's kind of an upgrade over what we were doing before with, an upgrade in damage compared to what we were doing before with first aid. Though it does require 1 more AP to do the combination correctly. So that's just things to think about, but the single target damage is significant. And of course that can lead us into cool stuff with corpse explosions, etc. All right, let's make our way to the next group. What I really do like is that these 2 guys are gathered around this corpse already. And that I can teleport this one to them. Oh, that's so good. We're in a perfect spot, guys. We're in a perfect spot. Hey, you wanna go hang out with your friends here? $363 damage. Good grief. That is something. Here, have a kill. That one's bleeding. I'll do another corpse explosion. I don't care. I have no pride about it. We created a corpse for a reason. What's the radius on this one? Is it not going to connect with this? It's hard to tell if this is actually in range. So let's confirm it, shall we? Oh, baby. Necromancer. Necromancer. Oh, and we got the hero tag. Yay. Necromancer good. Other builds bad. Hopefully the quality will come back in just a couple seconds, Neuro. Sorry. Nothing I can do about that one. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. I can sit for a second, and because you guys can hear me, I can just sit for a second and we can let it try and resolve itself. You guys know this doesn't last for long, usually, when it happens. But I do see it out the corner of my eye. How much damage did the Bloodsucker do? I can scroll up and let you know on that one. That's a good question. Thanks for the stretch. I see it. We'll do it in a second. I was gonna look up the Bloodsucker. There it is, 352 damage. Because remember that the spell description itself says 241. But that's for if it heals. Remember, if it's doing damage, then warfare gets taken into account as well. So we did, you know, the warfare multiplier comes into play, where we're doing, you know, 60% more damage. So 350 damage nuke, not too shabby. Is the quality back? For the most part? Very hard to tell. I think it's coming back. And thank you for the stretch, Patak. I appreciate it. Oh boy.
Mari fire. Oh, sure. Pleasures, mine.
getting there-ish. Alright.
Don't rock. Reckon there's some dwarf void woken. We're off into.
Alright, they're going into town. I will just take the most expensive reward, which in this case is this Corrupted Blade Skillbook. We also got a teleport scroll out of the deal, which is fine. Some of these arrows and stuff are actually pretty expensive. Maybe I should be picking those up, huh? Alrighty. Alrighty, down the hatch we go. Experience for coming down here. Hooray. Yes, Rick Sanderson. Yeah, the bonus for the Blood Rose will be there as long as you have 5-star diner, but when you remove it, you can put it back without worrying. It's a good question to ask. Sure, Anion. Yeah, we're still rocking Fang of the Winter Dragon, but we've added this wand, the unique wand that has +1 Aerithurge, specifically so that I could get Nether Swap in. It also has +2 intelligence, which is something. But again, we're really making do with gear, so that I just am trying to make sure that I have enough of all of these different abilities. If I can duplicate Fang of the Winter Dragon, I'll probably just put in another Fang of the Winter Dragon instead, and then try and find Aerithurge from somewhere else. But we'll see if I'm able to do it. We tried doing it last time, and I wasn't able to. Alright, we're gonna float our way up. There we go. We're here to help, Rick. We're here to help.
The turtle, she
Alrighty, so let's see if we can do the food chain correctly to help our turtle and rat fall in love. here he comes. You want to continue? Come on, you can do it. You can do it, you little bastard. Really? Come on. Come on, turtle. You know you wanna. Or rat, rather. Here he comes. Oh, yes. Yes, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. Yes! We did it. Yay! Turtle and rat fall in love. We get 7,000 experience. Alright, we're back. Comcast seems pretty hell-bent on me not having a fun stream today. Anyway. Alright, we killed the turtle while you guys weren't looking, and we got the 13,400 experience for it, so... sorry to say that that was something that we had to do. Anyway, we move on.
As you move,
Why do your face? The truth head up.
That's what I said. 13,000 experience for killing the turtle. Alright, Riker.
visit the Alcoholics. He presses a slender
Hey, do you have stuff for sale? No.
Let you bring it. Then you'll now please.
Alright, more experience for doing that properly.
Death.
I don't care. I'm going upstairs anyway.
The cat.
Settling a dog's
Boss.
You're a...
No, I'm not.
See what I'm dealing with? There you go.
I don't get it.
Dot.
Oh, son.
Come on to people's...
Hello, Brewmaster. Good to see you. Are they gonna let me open this door?
The servant in...
Oh, okay. They're not gonna let me open the door, but I can just be invisible and do it anyway. Alright, trigger warning for arachnophobes. We're about to see a giant spider drop from the ceiling. And while we're not going to be fighting it yet, we are going to definitely be talking to it a little bit. Okay, here we go. Hello.
The spider spindles.
Don't you...
She shuffles.
You come here for me. You desire another spider's kiss. How rude you are. So you are still prey, but of a different kind. A
creature. Let Mama see what you have to.
All right, so we saved these body parts earlier, and we're going to give her one in exchange for 16,000 experience, I think.
The spider smacked.
In return for your generous.
Oh no, 10,000 experience. Which, by the way, was enough to level us up. We're now level 12.
About the one downstairs. Forget it. He else may bring me 3 more hunks of. Let's see, my darling.
And then we'll give her 3 more pieces of flesh, and she'll give us a pair of gloves in advance. So there you go. The pair of gloves is nothing to write home about. It does give poison resist and inflict poison on contact, which is cool, but not anything that we need, except we can sell it, so yay. And we leveled up, so let's go ahead and continue to just stack warfare as high as we can make it. Continue to stack wits as well. Although I can see myself starting to think about, if I take 1 point in memory, and then we start thinking about grasp. But I can probably just ditch, like, Bloodsucker, for example, in exchange. Or even Decaying Touch, or even Restoration. This is a couple of very good options for ditching. So I will continue to just stack wits. Soon enough, we're going to be able to drop Pet Pal, and when we do, we'll put Savage Sortilege back in. And our crit chance is already, you know, more than 1/3. So, not bad. Anyway, let's go get the Stone Garden waypoint. We can reconnect with Tarquin as well, since we're in the area. See what he's got for sale. I need to be very careful not to go near the dog while I have Pet Pal.
Oh, but you do get around, don't you?
Okie doke. What you got for sale, my dude? Anything that I might be interested in purchasing? Doesn't look like it. Runes? Does have masterwork runes, so I am interested in getting my hands on those, so we can start selling him stuff. Here, man. Identify this chest armor. That'll sell for a little bit, right? Yeah, you have that. That. And we picked up a whole bunch of other stuff that we can sell him. Empty canisters, etc. Dot's collar can even get out of here. We don't need that. Cursed flasks and grenades and tremor grenades. Yeah, this is good. Alright, we were able to sell him a decent amount of stuff. Okay. Sooner or later I want to start buying source orbs from him, but right now it's just not really feasible because we have no money. We're poor, okay? I did mention I did want to get my hands on some masterwork runes. Yeah, I'll take them.
He takes us when it comes to graveyards. I'm this people slow his I can't if I he this.
Did we already steal from him? We didn't? Cash money. Oh, we're not using the masterwork runes yet, but we will. We will. What am I missing? Oh, here's Necro Dog. Okay, yeah. So we obviously, as long as we have Pet Pal and fewer than 46 initiative, we need to stay the heck away from Necro Dog. So soon we'll be able to get in there. Just not quite yet.
The print of the you
I've spotted
This
Gonna go ahead and do some mild digging up of things. There we go. Gives us a little bit of experience, gives us an item that we can sell. Alright. Back to Driftwood Square. We'll check in with our vendor here. See if he's got anything that I might be interested in getting my hands on. Amulets wise, maybe? Ooh, +1 intelligence, +1 Hydrosophist, +1 Necromancer. So what this would do is, in exchange for a point in warfare, I would be able to learn Bloodstorm and start thinking about replacing. Remember, we have 2 Necromancer coming from here and 2 Necromancer coming from this ring. We could replace this ring appropriately if we're wearing this one. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that, because that actually gets me exactly where I want to be. So a point of warfare goes, but this is a good item. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We can sell this. It also has, yes, it does have the rune slot, which is actually impactful because we can put a we can put a large flame rune in there to raise our critical chance by 5. So yay! Nice job, Kuya. Honestly, turtle. If the turtle wanted to not be dead, it would have known better than to make itself worth 13,500 experience. And honestly, that's on the turtle at that point. Not your fault. Again, crit chance doesn't matter until we have Savage Sortilege, but I mean, look at this. We're already almost at 50% crit when you factor in Peace of Mind as a pre-buff. So that's pretty sick, right? Oh, and by the way, we can now add this in exchange for this Necromancer ring, which we don't need anymore. So now you have 3 in Hydrosophist, 3 in Necromancer, 13 in Warfare still, and I can learn both Mass Corpse Explosion and Bloodstorm at the same time here. Look at this. This build is actually coming together quite nicely here. Things are looking quite good for us, even though, you know, cash is kind of an issue, but it's working. It's working for sure. Almost 17 in Act 2. Hey, not bad. Yeah, we definitely optimize pretty heavily, but that's just me being me.
You want an engraved invitation every time?
I mean, yeah. I do want an engraved invitation every time. How did you guess?
Figure it's time to prove yourself. Let's get it done.
It's Warfare Huntsman. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and head toward... Yeah. I'm going to head toward the Harbinger and get my 3rd source point. That's what I want. Yep. That's what I want. Okay, Driftwood Dunes. Because once I get my 3rd source point, then I can start thinking about, well, I can get through the I can get through the Spirit Vision stuff, and then Spirit Vision would allow me to finish Pet Pal up, and then Pet Pal removal would allow me to put in Savage Sortilege, which would allow us to make use of our crit chance. I don't want to talk to Peeper yet. I came over here to get a source point. I thought there was one on the ground here. Yes, there is. And in fact, you can... I'll show you guys a cool trick that you can do with terrain transmutation. If there's a source puddle on the ground, you can actually use it to make as many source points as you want. So this, if you walked over this, it would consume all of the source. However, we're going to terrain transmute. And now we've made 2 source puddles on the ground, which will allow us to fill up on source there and fill up on source there. And we only have 2 source points, so that's as much as I'm going to do. But I just wanted to show that that is a thing that you can do, which is pretty neat. All right, let's make our way toward Harbinger. It's time. We have everything that we need to do it. No time like the present.
The 3.
What?
Can I reach you? Oh, I can. Lovely. How much physical armor do you have, my friend? A lot. Okay, well, whatever. We'll hit you with everything we want. And then we'll let our dear friends do the rest of the work. Here, I'll teleport him just as a damage source. Because remember, teleport actually does significant damage in our build. Scales with intelligence and warfare. So here, I can just scroll all the way to the bottom. The teleport did 144 physical damage. That's as much as a mosquito swarm. Not bad. So the deer will knock him down, and we'll be able to just kind of chill with that. I will hang out, let them do their thing. We'll get the experience for the kill. The other deer are not worth any experience, so no sense in killing them. They also don't drop anything that we care about. The Voidwoken deer will drop a source orb, so that's good. Dang. Those guys crushed it. Why not? We'll finish the job. Black. Source orb acquired. Stuff that we can sell, I guess. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, we're moving. Yeah, those deer have an awesome like knockdown on hit that they, as long as you've removed the physical armor, the deer can take care of the rest of the way. So that's our first source orb, by the way, and we can use that to create our first skin graft scroll as a just in case we really freaking need one. Good to have it. Oh yeah, they definitely do a little bit of you came to the wrong neighborhood action, those deer. They let them know what they think. I want to be going to Paradise Downs. I think this is the right way. Ah, yes. All right, so we're going to Paradise Downs. Our objective here is to kill the Harbinger of Doom, rescue Almira and Mahali, get our third source point, and then do the ritual with Meister Siva. We have 2 source points, which is exactly what we need. We have the ability to cast Mass Corpse Explosion, which is part of our grand strategy for this fight. Interestingly enough, I did learn recently that the Harbinger of Doom also is not an initiative cheater. There is a level of initiative that you can have over him as well. I don't know what it is exactly, but I did see a video on the subreddit where someone jumped into that fight and they had initiative over the Harbinger. So they must have had a tremendous amount of wits. They were also a lot higher level than we are when we fight him. We always fight him when we're like level 11 or 12. Or earlier. The 2 pyro, that's it. We use the 2 pyro for Mass Corpse Explosion. 1 pyro is good enough for haste and peace of mind and regular Corpse Explosion, but 2 pyro you need to have for Mass Corpse Explosion, which is not a spell that we use tremendously often. I know people like Mass Corpse Explosion, though it doesn't see a lot of action. Because, frankly, there's not a lot of places where there's a lot of corpses that you want to be exploding all at once. However, in this area, oh boy are there. Boy are there a lot of corpses to explode. Alright, let's start making our pile. Right here seems like a reasonable place to do it. I will make my way up to our perch, and we'll start swapping in our spells, and then we're gonna do all of our setup. This takes a little bit to do, but believe me, it is worth it. So 11 corpses in total. And we're gonna make a pile right here. And actually, to be honest, part of our strategy does involve the Harbinger going first. So it actually does kind of matter. What needs to happen here? I can get rid of Nether Swap for the moment. So we need Death Wish. Okay. Alright, this should be good enough here. And of course we can always bail on the fight. If, on the second part of the fight where we have to kill these guys, if things are looking bad. But we do have a lot of damage, so should be relatively interesting. They do try to heal themselves with this stupid frickin' noxious bulbs. So with our fantastically high amount of warfare, this is going to be a one-shot kill. Don't let the Harbinger corpse disappear. I didn't let it disappear, Shadow. It just disappeared. I don't have any explanation for where it went. The game just decided I didn't get to see the body. I don't know. We will do our best not to let it happen, though, of course. I actually don't want the corpse to disappear because I do want to use it, so. I do want to use it. Possessed demon? Oh, jeez. That corpse disappeared on you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Game is completely bug free, as you guys know. Two more. One here, and then we can start our pre-buff sequence and kick his ass. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we don't do that fight, Kuya, and you're just adding to it. I can pick up these earth tongue mushrooms since we're just... Oh, bug free. Yeah. Gotcha. I gotcha. Verify our spot. Yep. Alright. 11th corpse. Remember, if you leave corpses around, the Harbinger will raise them, but you don't get experience for killing those, so don't even bother. Just, no sense getting an extra combatant if they're not going to be worth any experience. Know what I mean? Alright, I need to wait for teleport to come off cooldown, and then we can initiate our pre-buff, which is basically going to compose of Peace of Mind, Haste, and Living on the Edge, and then I'm going to hit the Harbinger with a spell, which is going to aggro him. Alright, let's go. Hello, sir. Ow. Ow. No, don't use source vampirism on me, you rat bastard. Alright, whatever. So I don't get to skin graft. Alright, so here's the play. We're going to go ahead and flesh sacrifice. And then that'll reduce the AP cost of Death Wish. Yay. With Death Wish on, we're doing an extra 88% damage. Cool. I'm gonna send the Harbinger down to his corpse pile, where we will add his body to the list. Alright, everyone say goodbye to him. It's go time. Boom. Alright, down he goes. Alright, let's survey the rest of these guys. Are we going to be able to actually kill them with our current damage? I'm not entirely sure. I may have to leave these guys for a little bit later. Because right now I don't feel like I have a way to get through all of this. Maybe if we come back with Grasp, maybe we can have these guys be our first showcase of that combination. What I do want to do is, since I don't want the Harbinger's corpse to leave, I am going to go ahead and go invis here. We'll pull the Harbinger's corpse in once teleport comes off cooldown. And then we'll be okay. Let me make sure... Okay, these guys can see me right now, so I need to get out of their sight range, and then we're hanging out here. Well, Kuya, the problem is you need teleport anyway. I don't have teleport. So, ideally, I would... If I waited for teleport, I would just teleport the Harbinger's corpse in and then explode it. But I don't think even that is going to be enough damage. You see what I'm saying? And I can see where you're coming from if you use 10 corpses and then use the 11th for a double corpse explosion. Even that is probably not going to be good enough. Maybe with Deathwish it might be. With Deathwish it might actually be. So I can understand that. However, we don't have the source points for it, so I'm leaving it alone for now. If we had another source point, I would be considering it. Anyway, waiting for teleport. Yeah, you're on track there. It's definitely a good strategy. Hey, what's going on, Banana Octopus? Alright, so Harbinger's down. We'll come back for his friends a little bit later. But for now, that was a rousing success. Go us. Honestly, I'm starting to think that Battle Stomp and Battering Ram may not necessarily need to be on the bar. Maybe I can replace those with like Nether Swap and, I don't know, Decaying Touch or something. I mean, Mass Corpse Explosion needs to leave the bar as well at this point. So I can put these two back. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and get that third source point, and then, like I said, we'll come back here a little bit later and deal with them. Let's leave a pyramid. Why not? So once I have 3 source points, I'll come back for them. I'd like to showcase the ridiculous damage combo that we'll be getting our hands on with 3. And they seem like as good a place to start as any.
Perhaps you're no ordinary, and whoever you look like some. This is Mahali, but then there was also. So thank you. Once you've had all that you want. Good.
Alrighty.
Mahali is fading. Well then, leave Mahali.
So once it's not decaying anymore, you can just bring Mahali with you. With no problems at all. He'll follow us. We'll teleport him. Well, you know, we'll get him out of here. Teleport him out, and then we can keep going. So, Mahali, go. Almira will follow him. Yes, Kingworm, I did. Don't know what he had, but this is all level 15 equipment. These 4 items, or 3 items, and then he dropped a Deathwish skill book, which we obviously didn't need, but it's fine. Alright, we found the waypoint here. Going, keep going, keep going. How much does grasp do at the moment, by the way? Yeah, 260 to 297. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. Especially in a little bit when it crits. That's going to be something. All right, sir. You can go across. We get the experience for successfully completing that, and then let's make out with Almira. Get our third source point, and then send her back to the boat. Alright, what'd she give us? Nothing I'm super interested in keeping, but this is worth a lot of money, so we'll go ahead and take that. It makes the music sound dope. I don't know. Kuya's asking if two-handed, well, I mean, yes? Yeah, because it impacts your crit multiplier. You have to be, of course, wearing a two-handed weapon, Kuya, which we're not. But if you're wearing a two-handed weapon, then your crit multiplier will go up. The damage, it doesn't. So when it says plus 5% damage, that doesn't impact, but the crit multiplier, yes. But you need to have Savage Sortilege. Anyway. All right, so we have 3 source points. Let's go do the ritual, shall we? Driftwood Square. Yeah. I mean, can you hear it right now? You could hear the difference in the music. It's subtle, but there are certain tracks that that will be different sounding depending on the instrument that you pick. But then there's also that little fanfare when you kill something. Like if you got the cello, it goes doo 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 doo, you know, with the little cello thingy. And then, you know, if you kill with a tambura, it plays a different sound. We've been killing stuff a lot, so you've been hearing it, but it may not have registered that that's what was causing it. Let's identify the stuff that we picked up. Yeah, it's not anything inspiring, but it is money in the bank, so we'll go ahead and do that. Just a note on this item that does give you 3 memory points, though it does set grounded, so you have to be a little bit careful as far as what that does. It also hinders movement pretty hard. Anyway, selling stuff. We're getting our money back. Slowly. I should hang on to at least 1 firestorm grenade. Probably. We can also sell antlers. What else can we sell? I don't know. We seem to be doing okay. Oh, I can sell like poison bottles and poison resist scrolls or potions. We literally never use these. All right, get those out of here. Get the augmenters out of here as well. Bye. Great. Medium intelligence potion? Actually, maybe I should have upgraded. Wait, hang on. Can you upgrade? How much is a high quality augmenter? Can you upgrade a medium intelligence potion into a high quality intelligence, large intelligence potion using the high quality augmenters? Does anyone know how the crafting works for potions like that? Do you need to have like 2 potions, or can you just toss in an augmenter? It would be fun to just start making large intelligence potions early. You think so? We'll test it. We will test it. Combine with this one. They can't be upgraded, says Fillier. Alright, well, we found that out. Alright, well, whatever, let's get rid of it. Hey, Bim. Good to see you. Hang on, do I have 2 in Huntsman right now? I don't, right? Because I got rid of that other helmet. I should have nothing in Huntsman at the moment. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, great. Like I said, we're gonna go do the ritual. We haven't even gone inside the Meister's house yet. And that was intentional because I'm trying to figure out if I can... I'm trying to figure out if there is a way for me to duplicate Fang of the Winter Dragon. So we are going to do a little bit of item removal before we go inside her basement.
The table, she pulls a bowl
Also,
of hot water towards her and fishes
oh,
a needle and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
I do kind of want that. Of course, I lose out on the pyrokinetic, but that's fine. Losing out on the pyrokinetic, because we only need 1 in pyrokinetic, so having mass corpse explosion is only necessary in 1 other spot, and that's for killing Alice Elysian. I do like it. I do like it. I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to steal it from her. More likely, I'm going to steal it from her. Or she'll drop it when she dies. Never mind, she's going to drop it when she dies. I don't even need to worry about it.
At least the barbarians were unable to... Oh, thank you. We should...
You can sell to him. He's going to just, you know, he'll turn things into level 8, and then when you transition between Acts 3 and 4, he'll turn things into level 18 anyway. So you can start selling to him as early as you want. Just, you know, be aware that it's not going to become the items that you want them to be until you get to Act 4. All right. So I want to try and duplicate Fang of the Winter Dragon, so I'm actually going to remove literally everything I have here. Yep. He'll downgrade items that you sell to him that are higher level than that. Oh yeah, Shadow. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. Nope. Mm-mm. No, thank you. I vote no. All right, we're unequipping everything except for our weapon in an attempt to duplicate Fang. So don't mind me. We're just gonna be naked running around here. Alrighty. Oof.
A stone door taking...
If this works, then I will be very happy. But I think it might, but we have to test. Because we've been able to, like, partially duplicate things in the past before. But I don't know exactly what the proper, like, you know, the proper order of things is. So we're going to try doing it this way. I am going to steal that ring from her, though. Yo. Yoink. Yoink.
Opening the off you.
She's gonna walk over and be like, "Hey, did you steal something from me?" And I'm gonna be like, "No." Alrighty. Moment of truth.
As you suck this as the wood.
So again, we're going to try and steal from our god here and hope she's got Fang of the Winter Dragon equipped. She's got Fang of the Winter Dragon equipped. And... no! Dang it. So I don't actually know the exact rules for this. But you can see she has it equipped. It's just unfortunate that we can't take it from her. pickpocket the ghost. You think that'll be better? So if I spirit vision and then try to pickpocket?
Bathe, it looks.
Sebille, come the blood, speak the spell.
We can try it.
Gods that you know me.
Your God we don't need to that if we gave that I want the vote I hope but only so but if I go on, I go on.
Oh, wow. So that works, huh? Okay. So there we go. We figured it out. Yeah, shouts to you. Nice job, KP. That's really good. So obviously, there's a ton of value in a duplicated Fang for our Necromancer. The extra crit chance, of course. The extra intelligence, the extra warfare, the extra Hydrosophist. I mean, what more do you want? The only thing that we would be losing out on in our case currently is the fact that we would not have enough Aerithurge to do what we need to do for Nether Swap. But we can probably find another source of Aerithurge. Anyway, yoink, yoink. It wasn't in our offhand. I left it as the only thing equipped so that nothing else could be chosen to get duplicated. So I didn't put it in the offhand. Oh, KP, does it duplicate both weapons? Because if it duplicates both weapons, that's interesting. You're saying you duplicated the Thievery Dagger too. 2 weapons and the hat. Oh, hey. All right, so we can just leave on. Can you leave everything on, KP? Like, do you need to get naked or anything? Or can you just do it at any point? Oh, just leave everything on and just pickpocket the ghost? All right. Cool. We've got a strategy then. Love it. You love to see it. I like the slow version of Sebille's theme that we've got going here, by the way. Oh my god. Don't mind me, just running around with a casual 60% crit chance with peace of mind. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Wow. Well, if I'm not going to worry about teleport for the moment, then I can... Yeah, I can wait for an item that's going to give me more... Oh, this is very interesting right now. So we have enough Hydrosophist, because we have 2 Hydrosophists coming from the weapons now. So we only need 1 point in Hydrosophist from anything else, ever. So the only thing that I'm missing right now is some item that gives me 2 Aerithurge. Once I get a 2 Aerithurge item, then we can put that in. And you'd be just fine. Obviously, there's a 2 Aerithurge item waiting for us in Act 4, but I don't have to worry about that right now. This is pretty big. This is pretty big, you guys. I gotta say, things are looking quite spicy for us. Quite spicy. Blood and... I mean, Decaying Touch can go in there, but... Sure, why not? Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, is that right now the Hydrosophist doesn't matter because we can't Bloodstorm. We literally cannot do Bloodstorm and other spells. Once we get Apotheosis, then I can start worrying about Bloodstorming. Okay, we need to Source Vampirize this guy because we've got a fight coming up. Alrighty, so we can go back. And the Meister's about to die, so premature rest in pieces to her. And then it's going to be time for us to show off just what we can do.
You jolt back to the world. Stump the mic.
Bye. Alright, she's dead. That's a real shame. I'm gonna wait for this smoke to clear. We could unleash this now. Just for funsies. Or we could blow up the Meister's corpse, that'd be fun. Yeah, let's do it. They're gonna beat each other up anyway, as soon as we do damage to one of them, so let's go ahead and blow her up. I'm sure she'll be happy knowing that she died for a good cause. AKA creating damage. There was a pixel there. There it is. Even the teleport did a lot. Good job, Meister. You're crushing it. So these guys are going to beat each other up, which I always find to be very funny. Because they want to heal, obviously. But I get the experience regardless. Thanks. And now Dum Dum over here. We'll just wait. And now we can go ahead and jump in. Is that a blood surface? Well, gee, don't mind if I do. Decay. Let's make it rain. Oh, he's immune to decaying. Never mind. Good thing I didn't try to heal him just now, because that would have been embarrassing. Alright, both Void Flares down. We should still be able to Spirit Vision her, right? Yeah.
Void, excellent. She may. You need to go. I want to.
Meister see.
Alrighty, cool. Good, job's done. Oops. Obviously wanted to fill up on Source. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do the one Pet Pal thing that we have remaining so that I can replace Pet Pal immediately with Savage Sortilege before we start fighting anything else. So the first thing I'm going to do, go to Driftwood Dunes. We're going to do the Peeper quest, or finish the Peeper quest, which required Spirit Vision. And that'll be the last thing that required Pet Pal. At which point we can return to the Vengeance, swap Pet Pal out for Savage Sortilege, and then we're going to be running around with a almost 2/3 crit chance. Pretty much not, Kuya. There is a spot where you can get a very significant amount of experience in Act 4, so you swap Pet Pal back in for that one quest, and then the rest of the way you don't really need it. Unless you want Septus Shield in Act 3. If you want Septus Shield in Act 3, then you can go ahead and pick up Pet Pal for a couple seconds there as well. Hey, Kieta. Yeah, everything's going very well so far. This has been a good, this has been a very successful stream so far. Except for quality dips, but unfortunately, there's nothing really I can do about that. Comcast just seems insistent on messing with me today. Peeper vanished in your playthrough? Yeah, we deliver Peeper immediately as soon as we get him. We beeline directly for his dad, because he can get distracted or disappear or get killed or like step in poison and die. Like, he's got very little health, right? How much else does he have? 100? So if he steps on a trap or something, you know, it's over. So we always beeline directly over there, so that we don't run into any problems. Keep people alive all the way to the end of the game. Yeah, good luck. I don't think he can follow you beyond Act 2 anyway. Alrighty. Alright, Peeper delivers us a Source Orb as well. Thank you, Peeper. I also grabbed a Bone Dust so that I could just make another Pixie Dust. Alright, and that's the end of our Pet Pal stuff. So, let's go back to the Vengeance. Oh, Almira and Mihaly are here.
I haven't felt this free in a long time.
I don't need to worry about getting stuff from him yet.
We remain vulnerable while at anchor. Better to make for the open ocean at first.
What you got for me?
Don't you think?
That's a bunch of trash. Kind of expected. Whatever, I'll make friends with her. I think she's expensive, yeah. Expensive to make friends with her, but it's okay. I'm fine with that, and then we can start selling her some of the stuff that we picked up that we don't need anymore. We definitely don't need Viper's Tongue anymore. Everything Viper's Tongue does, Fang of the Winter Dragon does better, right? Strength and Warfare, and this gives Intelligence and Hydrosophist on top of it, so don't ever need to worry about that again. We'll hang on to this wand just in case. I'm not, you know, there is a possibility that I'll still want to use it. By the way, that Divine Favor that we picked up, you can sell for 500 gold. You don't need to hang on to it for anything.
Have you made any well?
Hey, Arsal. It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well, thanks. Hope you're doing well as well.
Of course. Told you I would.
Hey,
didn't
kiddo.
I?
Go get me one more pixie dust. At level 13, he can start getting us source orbs, so we'll let him do that. Again, I'm swapping out Pet Pal, but not Thievery, and soon we'll be able to swap out Thievery as well in favor of Persuasion. We do that usually around level 13. So goodbye, Pet Pal. How long am I usually streaming for? Usually we go like 3 to 4 hours, something like that. Yeah, today's stream has been going on for just about 3 hours. Yeah. Alright, here comes Savage Sortilege. So our spells will crit at our crit chance. And considering our crit chance is already above 50%, and then tack on Peace of Mind for even more than that, it's good. It's good. It's a good crit chance. Let's go test it out, shall we? I do want to use the Harbinger's Corpse here, so... What? Strange. Can I see it from this vantage point, I wonder? If yes, that will be nice. Oh, of course not. Alrighty. Let's go stand on the, oh my goodness. Stupid corpse is too big. There we go. Am I standing on the blood surface now? Can I see these guys from up here? Alright. It could be worse. Alright. Oh, dang it. Okay. Hang on. I'm just gonna go invis here, because I want to do all of my combo like all in one go. So. I'm even reluctant to hit him with my infect, because I want to do that after the corpse explosion. Okay, so we're just gonna go invis, and then on our double turn we're gonna unleash hell on these fools. Alright, here we go. This is the first time we're getting to use this particular combination of spells. I'm very excited. So we'll lead off with a corpse explosion. That hurt everybody. Some of them crit. That's cool. I'm gonna toss in an infect to lower their health. That also crit. Yep. Yep. Lowered their health. And here comes Raining Blood. So the idea behind Raining Blood is that we're setting up everybody's favorite, Grasp of the Starved. Any opponents that are standing in blood, I appear to have misplaced it because this guy is not standing in it, but that's fine. Any opponents that are standing in blood get bopped by Grasp of the Starved for that much damage and get crippled as well, so you can see these guys got crippled. This guy didn't, of course, because there was no blood. However, I guess I can throw some more spells at him. Here, man. One of our opponents died, so... And there you go. One turned it. With 3 source points, you can do all kinds of goodness. Of course, Grasp does cost 2 source points to use, so you still get, you know, a little bit annoying stuff happening there, but Skin Graft is still helpful if you're leading off with a corpse explosion and then doing another corpse explosion as a follow-up. So, pretty nice combo of spells there. It does a tremendous amount of damage, and then you need to just refill on source every single time, but that's fine. We are happy to do it. Yeah, we're just waiting for level 16, Kuya. Once we hit level 16, then everything changes, because not only do we not need to use Raining Blood as a setup anymore, we can basically remove it and put in Bloodstorm, because Bloodstorm not only does damage but also creates the blood surfaces that we want. And if you have multiple opponents standing in the same spot, each blood droplet has an AoE and will hit multiple opponents at once. Similar to what Pyroclastic Eruption does. So, lots of good things there. Since we're in the area, I'm going to go and make friends with the Dwarven vendors, and we'll pop a teleport pyramid down by them. Since they're a little difficult to get to. Pretty annoying to get to. You use the Ritual Blade as a means to get elemental affinity if you aren't an elf. Interesting question. Do we still have that? We do. Let's find out here. How long does that... Where are we? It's a very interesting question. It does not look like it created any blood. So I'm sensing that the answer is no. And you can't use it again after you've already used it. It did when we used it in Siva's? Oh. Well, I can't use it anymore, so I'm just gonna drop it. It looks like after the first time, it doesn't go again. What am I doing? Oh, right, making friends with...
Move along. down what it looks like.
Alright, sir.
We're on our way to Arx to set up shop for Lucian.
What you got for me?
There's no hope of that now.
Anything that I would care to use? Intelligence, warfare, summoning? Which scoundrel hydro? Nope. Yeah, honestly, right now we're doing okay on gear, so I don't need to. Yeah, we've done a really good job so far with gear. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you're not an elf, then and you want to create a blood surface with flesh sacrifice, you can have flesh sacrifice using the shapeshifter mask. But that's not necessarily easy to do in non-Lone Wolf. In Lone Wolf, you might be able to just get away with it for the entire game. But non-Lone Wolf, maybe not so much.
Look at me, like a fly in molasses.
Interesting stuff that guy's selling, but not that interesting.
Well, howdy there. Nice to see a fresh face among these dour saps.
Alrighty, well, whatever. I'm gonna leave the pyramid down here anyway, because we'll come back and check with these guys at various points. Okay. What else do I want to do here? What's our initiative looking like? 42. So with peace of mind, that would be enough to kill Necrodog, which is what I want. I want to kill Necrodog. So let's go do that. We can take care of Stone Garden now that we have I memean, if you're doing that, Sun and Smiles, you might as well just cast Raining Blood on where you want to cast it, right? Pre-buffing for battles should just be Raining Blood. You don't need to worry about, like, any of the rest of that. Alternatively, look, Raining Blood at the end of the day is only 2 AP, so even if you need to cast it in battle, you know, you can still do it. If you need to. Sure. Fane can... I think the way it works, Vatinu, is that you need to have not the mask of the shapeshifter, not the one that allows you to transition to everything. I think you need to craft a specific mask for a specific race, so like an elven mask, and then might still be able to equip a helm. Though I'm not sure if that works in Definitive Edition. That might just be a classic only thing. I've seen something similar to what you're talking about, but obviously I haven't had a chance to try it out. Okay, we're going after Necrodog. Let's go get him. The thing we need to do with Thievery is the Higba quest. And then after that, we can ditch Thievery in favor of Persuasion, I think.
The dog growled.
Yeah, Necrodog's 46. So.
The dog raises.
Oh, he also has massive retribution, so we have to be pretty careful about this. Because our damage might end up getting us killed. I'm gonna take a large physical armor potion here, because I'm actually genuinely scared. redo Crispin? Yeah, we do, but you need to read the Essence of Existence books. There are 3 Essence of Existence books in Riker's house. You need to read each one of those if you're not undead in order to do that. Yeah, look at how much damage we took. Jeez. Ridiculous. In fact, oh, this, never mind. I don't even need to waste anything else. Just get out of here. Goodbye, Necro Dog. But yeah, you saw how much damage we took? And we only have, remember, we only have 331 health. So I have to be careful with people with high retribution or enemies with high retribution, because they may end up, you know, getting me killed. Anyway, eat shit, Necro Dog. We move on. All the statues in here are worth a bajillion experience, and by a bajillion I mean like 4,000, so just kill them. There we go. Well, sometimes they'll drop decent stuff. I don't know. You don't get any experience when you save them with frost armor? I don't know. I realized, so I used to only save Kiana there, and turns out you get the exact same amount of experience if you kill her without saving her, so I stopped bothering. There is Arsel, yeah. There is such a build. But it requires more than just retribution. So it's thorns, but also you have to add stuff on top of it. Because thorns alone, you're going to die before your enemies will kill themselves. So you need to add on stuff like the Geomancer spell Reactive Armor. And you need to add the... we added the, when we did it, we added the ability, the talent, Unstable, which resulted in, so we used Unstable and 2 Resurrection Idols that we constantly were filling back up to basically just teleport everything around us and then blow ourselves up, and literally kill ourselves, but the result would be an explosion for half of our health. Times your warfare. So we were doing, you know, tens of thousands of damage by the end of the game with this combination. And we actually, we did so much damage in the final fight that we broke the game. Because we exploded everybody all at once in the final battle. And because we were respawning, it's hilarious. It was a very fun run to do. Unfortunately, I didn't save it on the channel, but we did that back in, I want to say, late January, something like that, early February maybe. But yeah, the result there was that because we were respawning while the no, unfortunately not, Filier. I know. I was really bummed out when I realized that I had not saved it after, because you know how Twitch deletes VODs after 60 days for affiliates. And the 60 days had just passed when I remembered that I wanted to save it. You want another Unstable run? Yeah, we might redo it because it was very funny. It was a very funny run. But anyway, so So yeah, the answer to your question is that yes, it is very viable. However, I strongly recommend making it more than just a Thorns build, because it is the Thorns alone is not going to get you everywhere you need to be. All right, I'm going to armor Frost myself here so that I can open this this thing without getting killed. There was nothing valuable in there. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Remember, if you do not armor of Frost yourself there, what's gonna end up happening is you get petrified, and the game will not tell you it's game over. You'll just be petrified forever. So, careful with that. Can I teleport her far away from... No, I can't. Alright, so let's just be careful with hitting her. Again, with Q-Ana here, the fight against her is far more annoying than anything else because... Oh, there we go. We hit her with Decaying. Boom. Bye. The fight against her is very annoying because she'll summon a skeleton that then will proceed to summon more skeletons. So, yeah, you get the exact same XP. Exact same amount of XP, so there's no sense in bringing her back. Oh, hang on. I need to get a heavy chest. Go to the vengeance really quickly. I need an item for the pressure plate, and this chest is usually good for that. Yeah, the premise is hilarious. The execution is terrifying for a poor little necromancer with 300 health that I am. When we learned about it, we were running the Exploding Dwarf, which actually, it actually stretched the Exploding Dwarf to his limits because he used, I think, 1 or 2 of his resurrection idols. And did we have to recraft mid-fight? I feel like we may have had to recraft the idol mid-fight, which is something I usually don't want to do. But no, she's so annoying. She's so annoying. Because, remember, everything that gets summoned takes initiative. So, you know... Can you see the current equipment? Yes, you can. So we duplicated Fang of the Winter Dragon, so we're running around with two of these bad boys. And then the rest of our equipment is giving us wits in as many places as we can, warfare as often as we can get it as well. And then we're getting necromancy from gear also, and intelligence. So intelligence, necromancer, wits, warfare, hydrosophist. Those are the things that we need. What is resulting is that I can continue to max out warfare without having to ever put any points into necromancy myself. I didn't need to. So we're running with 0 points in necromancy from our own allocation. And our wits is tremendously high, which is resulting in a high crit chance as well. All right, so I mentioned the pressure plate thingy, so we just grabbed this ornate chest and we're gonna have to put it on there. Go. There we go. All right, Spirit Vision, password is 213. Allows us to move next. Pick up that piece of anathema. Raid these gold piles, because why not? And remember that while we can do all of this fight with the clay sentinels, only this sentinel and this sentinel are worth any experience. So we'll be fighting those two, killing them and then getting out. Wakey wakey, clay sentinels. How much armor does this guy have anyway? A lot. Oh jeez. Whatever. Well, we can set him to decaying now. Unless he's immune to it? He's not. Well, what do you know? Alright, sir. I'm gonna need you to go and hang out with the other sentinel. Because I'm trying to kill them at the same time. The corpse explosion will help. Lovely. Did we create another corpse? Oh, we did? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Infect is going to kill this one outright. We got the experience for that one, and we are donezo. No need to hang around for the rest of this. I'm out. None of the rest of the clay sentinels are worth any experience. They don't drop any items that we care to pick up. So we're all good. We'll go sync up with Tarquin, turn in the quest, send him back to the boat. If I can figure out which direction I'm supposed to be going. There we go. Nope, still incorrect. Here, that's where it is. Got myself disoriented there. What talent for level 13? I'm debating between Hothead and 5-star. I might take 5-star. But Hothead seems like a very... Like, Hothead seems like a, you know, a pretty natural candidate as well. Extra 10% crit chance. Yeah, I know, Soren. It does seem like it does, doesn't it? So it's either, yeah, it's either Hothead or 5-star, and you know, it's hard to say which. But 5-star has a lot of stuff for it as well, especially since we've got the Blood Rose still. Oh, by the way, we just leveled up. Okay. I guess we have to make that decision now, don't we? Hey, bro. What do you have for equipment since we just leveled up? Oh, we can start picking up rune frames? Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. I'll also take this large masterwork rune. Perfect. 1 wits, 2 initiative, but this has a finesse requirement that we don't meet. Also, yeah, I don't care. The stats. 5-star proc even if you've already consumed the Blood Rose. So Brazar, the Blood Rose is a potion, and because it's still active, yes. I don't think so, Sir Comrade. But we're maxing out wits for the initiative as well as the crit chance. Obviously, the closer you get to it might actually, because the closer, you know, you add more crit chance. I don't know if the math, like how the math works. But I'm pretty sure that raising your base damage is still going to be better, but I'm maxing out wits anyway, so. Because obviously, as you can tell, we're not exactly pressed for damage right now. Our damage is pretty good. And will only get better as we progress here. Not if we do it correctly. Not if we do it correctly, Sir Comrade. And in Act 2, the highest initiative that we need to have, I believe, is 70. I think you need 70 or something like that. And it interesting. Well, the 70 is for Jahan, so it's not like that's a bit. You know, it's a rare corner case, but we still want to get there. 5-star will help a lot with that when we need it. But there are a couple enemies that had higher than 45. We already took care of one of them with Necro Dog. Alice, I think, has 47. You need to get more than that to be able to beat her. There's someone else that's running around with like a very high initiative. So I mean, and interestingly enough, the Harbinger is not an initiative cheater, but I do not know what the initiative that you need to have is. But I did see a video on the Divinity subreddit of a guy beating the Harbinger, and he jumped into the fight and he had initiative over the Harbinger, but he didn't show his wits score, so I didn't know. The Scarecrows I think also have above 40, but it's the big Scarecrow that you have to be concerned with. But I think he's also sitting around 45, something like that. So. Okay. All right, we leveled up. I'm going to take 5-star Diner. We're doing it. This may introduce a bug, so I may need to reload. All right, we're almost finished maxing out Warfare, and again, keep pumping points into Wits. Nothing's stopping me. Yeah, it did introduce the bug. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the save right here and load. This is not a reload. This is literally just a bug resolution. Because we took 5-star Diner, but the Blood Rose hasn't given us our memory slot. There you go. Perfect. So there it is. What can I take? Couple of good options here. Restoration seems like a decent option. Or we could just take more mobility spells. Either way is fine, but Resto is good. Just to add another damage spell. Okay. And since we leveled up, let's go check with vendors and stuff. But I mean, you can tell, like, right now our initiative's already 45, and that's intentional. I don't want to get surprised by anything. Not that we will, but you know what I mean. It's very interesting because we did such a good job of picking up items the last couple of levels that now it's kind of hard to find real upgrades for ourselves. So right now we're walking around with more Hydrosophist than we need, and exactly the amount of Necromancer that we need. So, like, in theory, if I found something that gave, like, 2 intelligence, or 1 intelligence, 1 warfare, 1 necromancer, that would still work.
He looks up from his map.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Kappa. And we're also, of course, on the lookout for something like this, by the way. This is why I check with the vendors. Because look at that. just instant upgrade. So, yoink, as they say. And our armor is going to be good as well. No sneaking stat, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, because our armor is actually a place where we can upgrade at this point. The rest of our slots are doing phenomenally well. I really got. I'm very happy with. Because sometimes I'm not diligent about checking with vendors, but we've been doing a really good job. It's not immune to slipping. Well, it is now. It is now. Oops, I didn't mean to climb this. Wait, hang on. There's a dude up here?
To fight, I can use the help.
Huh.
No sooner do I fix gear than the pallys
Oh.
here break it again.
Chanterelle,
Them
animal
Voidwalkers
scales.
have had the
Thank you
stone.
very much.
Still, I'd rather be fixing stuff than be lying there dead.
I'm gonna send this to the Vengeance as a just in case. The Fletcher will upgrade it, and we'll take a look at it later. But all right. So I have one more thing that I want to do with thievery. So let's go to Driftwood Square, and then we can swap out thievery in exchange for persuasion. We can start doing persuasion related stuff.
Buying or selling?
Did I already check with this guy at this level up? Yeah, I did, didn't I? So the thing that I wanted to do with thievery is over here. And we are going to lose some spells because I'm going to pull on the Mask of the Shapeshifter. What spells did we lose? The high-level necromancy spells? Oh, that's funny. What's our hat got? Finesse Warfare. Hydro Necro.
Stranger, what are you doing here?
No, I'm not I'm a dwarf. I'm just a little wee dwarf.
You've been warned.
You see a man?
You took your time. Good.
Thanks. Seriously though, all I do is just not remember what spells I had installed. What the heck was in this spot? Oh my god, that's incredible. Because with this because we only had one in Necro. Again, I didn't allocate any points myself, so yeah. Thanks, Kiara. All right, let's go downstairs and do this quest first, and then we can do the other one. Thank you. Whoa. Cool. Alright, time to fight against a whole bunch of stupid Voidwoken that really do not know what's about to hit them. We're walking around with literally 2/3 crit chance when you add Peace of Mind into effect. So this is bad news for our Voidwoken friends.
Dripping inside.
Oh, hey guys. Nice fire immunity you have there. mean, this is gonna kill outright, so. Alright, well, that killed a lot of them. This guy's still alive, though. So he had fire immunity. Oh, props to him for having that. Not alive anymore. We could set these guys to bleeding for fun. I don't know. I still have a little bit of AP left, but I don't know what to do with it. Oh, hang on. This guy's still alive. Yeah. I mean, I know I shouldn't. I'll do it to these two. Bye. Why do we have Bloodsucker? Combination with Decaying Touch. Decaying Touch with Bloodsucker and Restoration can do a lot of damage. It's just a combo that we don't use tremendously often, but I mean, what is this? 390 times your warfare multiplier plus it can crit. So if you hit him with a decay and then do a raining blood to surround them with blood, and then hit him with a bloodsucker, this can do what, like 900 damage, depending on what our crit multiplier is right now. If it crits, it'll do a lot of damage. So that's why we have it. But it's not a combination I'm going to be using tremendously often. Can they even see me right now? They can't. I'm tempted to just invis. Or sneak, rather. Yeah, let's just do it. Just let Chameleon Cloak come back off cooldown, as well as the remainder of our other spells. And oh my god, shut up, you guys. All right, let's go. Bye. Uh-huh. One left. Here, I can go do the combo for you right here with this guy. No, it's going to do way more damage than it needs to, but we'll do it anyway. Decaying Touch. Oh, never mind, it critted. Okay, well, fight's over. There will be more opportunities. I was explaining to Sir Comrade the combo that we can do with Decaying Touch, Raining Blood, and then Bloodsucker to do a lot of damage to a decayed opponent. But we didn't get a chance to do it here. Obviously not our biggest damage combo, but it is something nice to have in the back pocket for when other stuff is on cooldown. You can target Bloodsucker on allies or opponents, yes. The higher level elemental essence is good for. There's crafting recipes that they're good for, but I mean the real reason that I'm picking them up is the monetary value. Remember, we're not rich yet. We will be, but not yet. Oh, 6 Druden, eh? Never mind, we are rich. Didn't even see that. Oh, a sheet of paper. It's precious cargo. What did I just pick up? Okay. Let's go do the Higba quest. Oh, he's disoriented again.
Behind the
Thank you. I'll follow.
Right. Alright, buddy, you follow me, but we're gonna kill every Magister that we spot. Because we can. Heck no, we're not, Sir Comrade. We are absolutely not luring her to Jehan this time. We can kill her all on our own with a massive damage combo. We do not need his help anymore. Any Magisters care? Any Magisters? There we go. One of them cares.
You, the Magister. What? You.
Yeah, his help was worth jack shit, wasn't it? All right. Here, I wanna hit him with the combo if we can. Let's see. I need to set him to decaying first, so there we go. Though this still might crit and kill him. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so see how there's a ton of blood on the ground? So if I really wanted to make this really hurt him, I'll do this. I just want to see what the damage number is going to be. This is unnecessary in terms of getting the kill. But the Bloodsucker is going to take all the blood around him like this, and it's going to heal him, except he's decaying, for that much damage. Let's see how much damage we just did to him, because I want to know. Oh. Yeah, 1,019, because it critted. So, you know, Bloodsucker's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Hey?
It does things. Alright, Tinker Boy, you follow me. No, I agree. Not excessive. That was proper amount of force to display to a Magister, I would say. Hey, man.
You, the Magister. What? You utter.
By the way, even Restoration can crit when you target an opponent with it.
Hey?
Welcome to Necromancy. Welcome to Necromancy, Karen. Alright, whatever. We're done with this quest. Let's go.
At last! I was sure I'd die in that wretched
I don't know if you can cast Healing Ritual on enemies, Sir Comrade. So, I don't believe that it works the same way.
You have my thanks. But what, please, in the kick-off.
Alright, let's take our rewards. This is the most expensive one. Jehan killed you with Healing Ritual? You were undead? Oh. Yeah, I think the only time you would necessarily want to do that, and again, I don't know if Healing Ritual will bounce to opponents, because if it does, then you might actually think about it. But remember, you can only decay one opponent at a time, unless you have Bloodstorm. And at the point that you have Bloodstorm, you're not going to be bothering with Healing Ritual. You're going to be doing Bloodstorm into Grasp of the Starved. So, a little bit different. Anyway, we're going to attack this stupid barrel. It does bounce to opponents? Well, there you go. So, I mean, it can be cool. It's a creative combination, and, you know, again, we love when people think outside the box with stuff, so that's great to learn. So if you can decay multiple opponents, then you go ahead and hit it with it. Or if you've got multiple undead opponents, just Healing Ritual and have fun. So, idiot was trying to blow me up with his homemade explosives. Little did he know, it's already mine. I took it. The homemade explosives is that legendary, unique fire grenade on steroids that scales with your level, pyrokinetic, and intelligence. At the end of the game, can do hundreds of thousands of damage, depending on your crit multiplier, because it crits with Savage Sortilege. So, a well-placed homemade explosive from a pyrokinetic mage can do, you know, all the damage. All of it. Literally every single ounce of damage. Hey, Nepster. Good to see you. What time have we got, by the way? I'm feeling like, so now that we're done with Thievery, I may want to think about, so I'm going to swap out for Persuasion now, obviously. And I can tell Kiddo here to go get me a Source Orb.
Of course. Told you I would, didn't I?
Now that we're level 13, he can start doing that for us. I am going to swap out from Thievery into Persuasion. So I can start doing some Persuasion-related things. I don't need the Thievery anymore. There we go. I think I'm gonna call it, guys. I think I'm gonna call it for the night. I'm getting a little bit tired, and I do have a call tomorrow morning, so I'd prefer to end here while we're on a high note, and then we can continue from this spot tomorrow evening. Guys, thanks so much for watching tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I am sorry that the video quality kept tanking. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can do about Comcast internet, so we're doing our best. Hopefully it was, hopefully it was enjoyable and manageable in spots. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate all of you. To the new followers, you can find me in this spot tomorrow. So tomorrow evening Pacific time, we'll catch up or start up from this spot that I just saved.
Is power.
Sonatouch, thanks so much for the follow. You guys will get notifications when I go live anyway. And that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. So thank you again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Take care.